What is up, everybody? Welcome to the very first episode of the 757 FC podcast. What's up? My name is John, and I am here with my lovely co-host, James. What's up, buddy?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, man. You can follow James at 757 Soccer Chat all over all the socials and such. And he has graciously agreed to join me on this podcast journey.
I mean, I graciously might be. That's a strong use. It was more of a, hey, do you want to do a thing? Yeah, that actually sounds like fun.
Yeah.
We should be doing a thing. Let's do a thing.
Right. We're doing similar things already. Why not, super friends this thing up and, join forces. So that's what this podcast is all about, is us discussing semi-pro soccer in the 757. We're trying this out, man. It's something new. So I wanted any viewer on YouTube or listener on whatever podcast platform to get a good sense of who we are. Because you've probably seen my match day vlogs or just seen my random hot takes on Twitter or whatever, but you don't know me. I want you to get to know us. So I guess, James, we'll start with you. What's your soccer journey? How did you get into the sport and where you're at today?
We're getting to know the marks. I like it. I am actually a 757 resident for my entire life. I grew up in Virginia Beach until I was old enough to go to school, and then went to school in Portsmouth for my entire life. After that, I played in high school, and I wanted to go to play in college, and then I dove into a goalpost. So that put that journey off. Yeah, when you push your clavicle 2 inches to the left, they generally, you have to make adjustments.
Yeah, there's your problem right there.
Right? So I did not get to follow my collegiate dream, but I did jump into coaching. And I also was a referee from the time I was 13, because back then you could referee that young, up until I was about 28. And to give you context, I'm a little older than that now. So reffing practically for at least half of my life, been playing for a good portion of my life, coaching for on and off for the past, we'll call it 15 years. And I was the former boys head coach at Manor High School in Portsmouth for 5 of those years. Assistant coach, JV coach, goalkeeper coach, you name it, I did it at that school. So a comprehensive background in the lower level. And then last year, I decided to start my soccer media journey. And I started up 757 Soccer Chat and decided to cover high school, college, and semi-pro soccer, which now has me going to at least one soccer match every other night of the week. I love it. I'm crazy for it. And yeah, this is going to be, especially with everything that's going on, I'm excited for everything that we get to hang out and do in the future.
Yeah, wow. So my credentials are a little less credentially.
I am the journalist.
Yeah. So yeah, you're definitely the dichotomy of this podcast is he's the journo, I'm just the fan.
Oh, you're a
So
fanatic.
I'm
Yeah, oh, and
I'm an
we
ultra.
embrace that. We
I'll get into a
embrace that.
scrap in the alleys.
You're not, I was gonna say, you're not punching anyone in the street yet.
I'm getting there, trust me. I'm just becoming just a grumpy old like Brexit geezer.
Oh
Um,
gosh.
so yeah, similarly, I born and raised in the 757. I came up in Deep Creek, moved, so I've been kind of in Chesapeake, in Suffolk now, but just kind of in that whole area my whole life, and to my current undisclosed age, and so I actually never played soccer growing up.
Really?
Yeah, so like my dad was a big baseball guy, so he's like, "Well, my sons are gonna play baseball," and it was all right. Like I liked it until it stopped being fun when it was like too much pressure,
Sure.
too much tight pants, and so yeah, I mean I was kind of done with sports. I was kind of more nerdy. It took more interest in more tech things. and video games and essentially things that make you not touch grass.
Sure.
Um, and so I was like 18. I moved out of my parents' house and was living with a couple of roommates. And a friend of ours comes over, and it was the summer of 2006. And he says, "Hey, why aren't you guys watching the game?" I'm like, "What game? What are you talking about?" He's like, It's the World Cup. Like the USA is playing Italy right now." And I was like, "Yeah, I guess, sure, turn it on, whatever." And it was the first time I've ever been exposed to soccer was the 2006 FIFA World Cup. And like,
Wow.
being an American, I'm like, "Oh, cool, like America, whatever." But that first match I saw Italy play, and I was like, these guys are going to win the whole thing. Like just something about the way that they played, Del Piero and Francesco Totti and Gigi Buffon and like all these guys, just
Yep.
legends. I said they're going to go all the way. And when I watched all the way through to the final and how crazy that whole thing worked out, and how there's actually a 757 soccer connection in that World Cup final, which is crazy.
Really?
Um, yeah. So
Oh yeah, duh. Never
yeah,
mind. I just put 7, 5, and
yeah.
7 together.
So I so I watched that match and Italy win and I'm hooked because I'm like, I called it. I'm an elite knower of ball. And and so I'm like, man, what other soccer is out there? And I happened to just catch a random Premier League match on TV. And the
Mhm.
first Premier League match I ever watched was Chelsea playing against, yeah, and this is like '06, '07 Chelsea
Oh gosh.
playing against whatever poor souls dared to face them and Frank Lampard and Didier Drogba and Petr Cech and Jose Mourinho and John Terry. And again, I was hooked. I was like, Chelsea, these are my guys. Hasn't been super great here lately for Chelsea fans, but it's fine. It's all right. I've got local soccer. And so yeah, like I was like, is there any soccer around here? And so I found out about the Mariners and then the Piranhas and then, and it kind of evolved over time and got out of it for a while and then had a son and he's taking an interest in soccer and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna dive full on back in. And I started 757 FC about the same time you started 757 Soccer Chat,
Pretty much.
because I was like, where the heck do I find information about local soccer around here? And out of frustration, I'm like, as a fan of the game, I had just like I'd been following Lionsbridge for like a year or so, and I was like, how did I not know that this team exists and all this stuff? And then there's a bunch of teams, and we'll discuss those in a few minutes. But I was like, crap, like where am I supposed to go for all this information? And so we kind of both launched our things again. Me more as a fan, you more as a journalist, and
Yeah.
so I just think it's a fun kind of duality of sports fan going on. So yeah, so now you know a little bit about us, where we're coming from, and kind of like our perspective. So when I say things like when I talk about Lionsbridge, like I'm absolutely biased. Like there's no messing around. Like those are my guys, and and that's okay. And I just ask for grace with that. And I'm gonna try to look at things objectively, but
And I have to remember that there's not just one team in Hampton Roads that we all have to cheer for.
right, yes, I loosely support everyone. I just want us all to have a good time. But when when okay, I'm not even gonna go into details. We'll discuss it later.
That's next
A
episode.
little dagger to the heart there in week one of this season. So I do want to get into kind of the landscape of soccer in the 757.
Yep.
We have zero pro teams. We have none.
Not a single one.
We haven't had a pro team since 2006, and it's not happening anytime soon. I don't think. Maybe at the rate
Nope.
that it's growing right now, maybe in the future, but as of right now, there's really nothing in the works.
I mean, we could drum up that whole. You remember when everyone wanted to bring the Sacramento Kings to Virginia Beach for the
Oh
NBA?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
We
yeah.
we could do a campaign like that now that, social media is alive and well and try to get MLS to do that. It'll never happen, but it'll be
No.
funny.
No, I like I see us as like a USL League One town. Like
Oh, absolutely.
I would love to have an I-64 derby with Richmond Kickers. I think it would be sick. Or
Hmm.
really revive the 64 derby from the Mariners days.
Sure.
But yeah. Um, so the leagues that we do have local teams in, USL League Two,
Hmm.
they're the pre-pro development arm of the United Soccer Leagues, which
Da,
is
da,
kind,
da.
yeah. So again, like they've been around for a long time too. They're just not as high up in the air quotes pyramid than MLS is. U.S. soccer isn't really a pyramid. It's like the food pyramid, where it's like it's
It's like a pie
right
with
where
pieces taken out here and there because
right.
someone stuck their finger in, and then Jason Bateman got a hold of the dang thing, and back in 2000.
Yeah, and Dagum Don Garber
Oh,
it
jeez.
does the Garfield thing where he'll like cut out a tiny slice and then like take the rest of it.
Hmm.
That's Don Garber.
Hmm.
So yeah, so USL League Two. Our teams in that league are Lionsbridge FC, my guys. If you didn't know, now you know. And then also Virginia Beach United, which is kind of a joint. It started as a joint venture between Virginia Rush and Beach FC. As you know, again, just like they just have a great development program over there in Virginia Beach, and so Lionsbridge plays at Town Bank Stadium, which is the football stadium over at Christopher Newport University in Newport News, and Virginia Beach United plays at the Virginia Beach Sportsplex, which some would say, and I'm some,
Okay.
the first soccer specific stadium in the United States because they opened the Sportsplex like 3 months before historic Crew Stadium in Columbus. So technically, we were first. So we have
Okay.
that.
I'll take
I mean, it's a
I'll take it all
technicality.
day.
Technically, right is the best form of being right. All right. So other leagues, we have NPSL, the National Premier Soccer League.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. So they're affiliated with the U.S. Adult Soccer Association, or USASA.
Sasa.
Yeah, I love saying "usasa." Um, it's so dumb. I'm sorry. So our team in that league is Virginia Beach City FC, which started playing 10 years ago at the Sportsplex, and then to
Mhm.
become more central to the 757, they moved to downtown Norfolk. They play at Powhatan Field by
Stadium.
ODU.
Yeah.
Powhatan Stadium. Yeah.
Stadium. Yeah, because they're real pissy and specific about it over there. It's oh, what's the field? Because the field is named after somebody else. So it's one of those
Mm,
things they like, it's like this field at Powhatan Stadium, and it's like, okay, can we just
yeah, yeah.
cut the pretentious BS and
Yeah.
just,
Well,
call it a day?
whatever donor gave a lot of money to have his name on that
Mhm.
AstroTurf. So yeah. So
That is no lies detected.
right, as it stands right now, Virginia Beach City FC is the longest running semi-pro club in the area, I believe.
Correct.
Again, if I'm talking out of the side of my neck, let me know.
Oh, I will.
Um, th- yes, no problem. Um, so moving on to APSL, which is the American Premier Soccer League, which was formerly, because it just rebranded this year, it was the Eastern Premier Soccer League. But,
Mhm.
so it's regional, but they're trying to expand to a bit more nationwide. But they are kind of more focused on East Coast. And so we have Wave FC playing in APSL. Again, they're based in Norfolk, and then we'll have more announcements and more teams joining that from the area, which will be cool. And then lastly, definitely a smaller regional, smaller league, but still technically amateur semi-pro is called Club Champions Pro 23.
Oh,
Wait, okay, stay with me, guys. This is just But what a subject to lead out your first episode on is like this is just
The
eating like
pain of trying to figure out
this
what
is
teams
eating.
play in the area and at what level.
Dude, I'm telling you, the amount of hours that I've researched this garbage. It's not garbage. I love this game, but
No, it's
it's
garbage. Don't even. It's garbage.
it's the yeah, the structure is garbage. US Soccer Federation needs to govern their crap. But so anyways, yeah, all of this is eating a saltine sandwich, and so I get it. It's very dry. So Club Champions Pro 23. It's a regional club competition. It's kind of geared more towards younger players. Your 18 to 23 kind of players, and a lot of local clubs. So we have, for some reason, Virginia Beach United has two teams in this one league playing each
Right. They've
other.
got their reserves and then they've got their U20 team. So technically the reserves are like the U23s or the guys who sit on the bench during the USL2 matches.
Right, right, right. So, and it's nice that, they have tiers to this, but it seems kind of goofy to have one team field two teams, but it's whatever. And then also, Wave FC has a U23 side. And then the homies, Churchland Soccer League has a U23
Eh,
team. Wait, come
eh.
on, man. They're the homies.
So because and this strikes deep at the recesses of my heart. Growing up in Portsmouth, because Churchland is in Portsmouth,
Yeah, yeah.
I I was a Portsmouth Soccer Club kid.
Oh,
So
and
I
they are
like
no more, right?
they're yes and no. Like there is no formal league that is playing or fielding teams under the banner of Portsmouth Soccer Club. It's still a thing. It's still around. It's just nobody's taken up the mantle of using the club and the crest and all that.
Mm.
But that was my club for 20 years. And I was actually on the board and everything for that club. It's a COVID casualty.
Yeah.
So, but Churchland Soccer League was our in-city rival.
Yeah.
And I can't tell you how many of my friends went to Churchland High School, went to church, played for Churchland Soccer League, and we played together. We played together during sand soccer and indoor, and then in the spring and the fall, we were at each other's throats for 10 years of our lives. Uh, um,
Yeah, I do
so
find that to be one of the more interesting parts of the sport is that like you can have homies like that
oh,
play the sport.
absolutely.
It's a very tight-knit community of, like ballers know each other
Hmm.
all over the country. Um, but
Game recognizes game.
if you're wearing different colored shirts when that whistle blows, it's a scrap. And I just find that really interesting.
Quite
Um,
literally a scrap. I can't tell
yeah,
you how many fist fights I've been in the parking lot, on the field,
dang.
just like, and because we all loved each other and we cared about each other and we stuck up for each other because Portsmouth is just kind of that place. But at the same time, you're also trying to be a top dog in a small pond,
Oh
a big
yeah.
fish in a small pond. Because if you look at kids like, I don't know, Alex Moody, who
Hmm.
plays for Virginia Beach United, who played at Churchland High School, who now stars for his club and captains his club, the guys that are coming out of Portsmouth, they are the real deal.
Oh yeah.
So the guys who are, when you're going up against competition from players in Virginia Beach, players in Chesapeake, players on the peninsula and Williamsburg area, just locally, it's hard to get recognized. And then when you start looking at the swath of the talent that all of a sudden this area is promoting and recruiting at all levels of the game. We've got women's players coming over from Spain. We've got men's players coming from Colombia and England. You know, being that top dog over the course of time, you really had to scrap for it coming from a place like P-Town.
Yeah, for sure. And like my son plays club ball for Churchland, and you go to different places, and there is kind of um, like a cultural stigma, like a stereotype about
Mhm.
because Portsmouth, like let's just call it like it is. It's a lower income area for the most part, and
Correct.
so people from more well-to-do clubs with higher fees and all this stuff, like
Affluence.
right, we pick Churchland because it's the closest club to us,
Right.
and so like to see that play out is it's actually pretty sad. And honestly, this like we're unwrapping something that is like a whole different
Completely
episode.
off of where we went. Yeah.
We're just trying to get everybody up to speed on all the different leagues. So yeah, more info about Club Champions Pro 23 as their schedule for the season comes out. And then we have two new women's soccer teams here in the area that just launched this season. Two, three. I don't
Are
what
we counting
technically.
WPSL ish?
I
I'd
I
like
don't
to.
know. Well,
It's a
yeah,
weird there. So, and the reason that we're kind of hung up on this is because WPSL, yes, it's a real league, and yes, the team that we have is full of ballers.
yeah,
It's just a weird dichotomy because it doesn't seem. I don't want to say it doesn't seem real. It doesn't seem pre-professional.
yeah.
It's because it's Beach FC putting on the outfit
Right. Yeah.
versus
It, it
a
seems
club.
it seems ECNL. It seems like just a high level
It
club.
very much does. It seems
Yeah.
like after high school ECNL.
Yeah. 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 Um, yeah. So it's ECNL for kids that can go to the club. Um,
Yeah.
so, but so yeah, we have two brand new teams that are taking part in USL's W League, which has been around since like 1995. They they kind of broke down in like 2015 and then picked it back up in 22 after the Women's World Cup because there was kind of a boosted interest. So Virginia Beach United has a brand new women's team, and then Virginia Atlantic FC, which is under the same umbrella ownership as Virginia Beach City. Is that accurate to say?
That's the best way to put it for now.
Yeah. So like they share the same crest, just not the same name. Um,
Uh-huh.
we have our own hot takes on that, and it's fine.
We're gonna
Just
discuss that at some point.
eventually it will come up. And but hey, we got nothing but love for every team that plays in our area because you guys are spreading the game.
We love
You're
the players and the
right.
coaching staffs and the people that are on the field producing the product.
Yeah. And um any people that any people that get like kids and community involved in the game, like I got nothing but love for you. So no matter what our hot takes are, no matter how big of a homer that I am for Lionsbridge, just know I got love for all of you. So I do kind of want to break down now that the seasons have started, the semi-pro seasons are underway. We're in week three now, week two, three for some clubs.
2.5, yeah, 2.5.
So I did kind of want to go over some players to watch. I had myself and James, we picked out one player from each team that we wanted to kind of shine a spotlight on. And so we'll just kind of use the rest of the time to discuss them. So first of all, and of course, no particular order, we'll start with Lionsbridge. Uh,
It does come first in the alphabetical sense of everything.
it's not me being a homer. It's just
It's the alphabet.
it's the way that letters work. Um,
This brought to you by the letter L. Oh, wait,
yeah,
Sesame Street. Anyway,
yeah, rip. So I was gonna cheat and go two, but I think like after tonight, so we're recording this like an hour after Lionsbridge played a midweek game away at Patuxent, and crazy rainy day up in Maryland. Lionsbridge wins 8-1, which was bonkers. Like
right.
first goal, Dennis Krashenkov scores in the 4th minute. 5th minute they equalize, and I'm like, oh Lord, here we go.
Uh-oh.
So I had written this already earlier today, but my pick for the player to watch is a brand new guy to the team. He went out tonight and scored a hat trick. And so I'm like, all right, listen, elite ball knowledge. All right. Like my brain can't be contained in my skull. Um,
Mhm.
that's a joke, by the way. I don't think that highly of myself. Anyways, Felix Ewald. Um, he's a midfielder. He's from Berlin. Um, West Virginia junior, made 22 appearances in the fall, 2 goals, 3 assists. But again, also after 3 games with Lionsbridge, is sitting on 5 goals.
That's
Five
nuts.
goals in three. Yeah, this kid is going crazy. Super dangerous in the air. Every set piece, every corner kick, he is up above everybody's shoulders. And just his heading ability is clinical. Always, like, again, for a midfielder, just really makes good runs in behind. And just knows where to be. Great positioning in the box. And I mean, he keeps this up, we're looking at, golden boot kind of material. So,
Yeah.
but yeah. So who do you got from Lionsbridge?
That and I kind of pondered over this one because I like there's several players that I enjoy from Lionsbridge just watching, but I think a couple of the staples like Sam Hall,
Hmm.
they kind of stick out for me. But everybody kind of knows Sam. Everybody's kind of
Oh yeah, if you know Lionsbridge, like he's kind of the face of the club right now.
right.
I feel like there's a changing of the guard going on, but he's still there.
Hmm.
And he's not wearing the armband right now. Josh Baker took
He's
that
coming
over.
off the bench a lot.
Yes. Yeah, yeah. So that's why I think like there's kind of a change of the guard, but he'll always be captain in my heart.
Right. But I think um I think just for what he is gonna do, especially watching Lions Bridge the past couple times that I've seen them now against VBU and now when I was at the Marauders game on Sunday. Um, Watching Gabby Rodriguez and how the offense is flowing through him and his ability to just sit on the ball and find space and time to turn and make things happen is it's given Lionsbridge a new gear that
Hmm.
I haven't seen from a lot of teams because Lionsbridge they struggled at times last year to build up through the middle.
Yes, absolutely.
And I think that what Chris Wally and the management group has done, the recruitment team has done, is they've said, okay, look, we do really well on the outsides. We get forward and we can
Hmm.
create free kick opportunities, corner kick opportunities, because that's what they did last year, is
Right.
they did
Everything
really
was
well
set
on set
pieces.
pieces.
Hmm.
Right. They said, okay, fine, let's continue to be dangerous in those areas, but let's really shore up our midfield attacking prowess. And Gabby's done just that. He was involved in both goals against VB United. He was involved in several goals against Marauders on Sunday night. And I'm sure if it was 8-1, I'm sure he had a hand or three in, at least a couple of the ones tonight. So him in the midfield being able to be an engine, being able to be a forward-thinking playmaker, I think that does wonders for this club moving forward and gives them an opportunity. And if you look at his background too, he was a national championship winner at the College of Charleston. He's got USL1 experience. He's got international experience in Colombia. I think that Lionsbridge bringing him in, that was a savvy move from a savvy ownership group and a savvy coaching staff that brings a legitimacy to Lionsbridge's play again as an offensive threat, not just as a set piece hero team.
Right. As much as I love the free Chick-fil-A sandwiches on the headers scored.
You
So
did get one for Marauders, though.
we did, yeah, yeah.
Did you
Um,
download the app?
I did, yes.
I
And
did not, because
it is in there.
I find it baffling. I think as I'm getting
Kick and
older,
rant.
I think as I'm getting older, I'm just rejecting the everything needs to be online thing. even though I literally have
We're
my hand.
online right now.
Right, I have my phone in my hand as we speak, trying to do scores.
Right.
Uh, but I still I'm rejecting certain simple transactions, such as, hey, here's a gift card for a free Chick-fil-A sandwich because someone scored a header for your hometown team. That does not need to be something I download an app for.
Right.
Give me my little gift card as I walk out of the
Yeah,
game.
yeah. If it
Call it a
feels
day.
better that way. But
It does.
all right. Well, we gotta hustle. There's only like 8 minutes
Oh, okay.
left
I
until
forgot. Oh
we're
yeah,
at
we're on
time.
a timer. My bad.
Yeah, yep. So we're gonna start kind of trying to speed run this a little bit. All right, so VBU. Um, I
Hmm.
have, and I know he's been around and he's been in the scene for a while, but I'm always impressed by Griffin Potter. He's a goalkeeper. He's from Manchester, Maryland, not England. Um, so Virginia Wesleyan University graduate turned goalkeeper coach. So check out these stats in his last season at Virginia Wesleyan:
Hmm.
116 saves,
Yep.
7 clean sheets. Don't have any USL 2 stats because they suck at keeping stats for goalkeepers.
Sure.
But dude is a brick freaking wall. As a Lionsbridge fan, every time we play VBU, it is extremely frustrating to play against him. So good. So I mean, you know him, but we gotta watch him because he's so good. So who do you got?
Yeah, and just to touch on Griffin, I mean, he's done so many good things just for Wesleyan, helping them, I think 2 years ago, get to the ODAC championship match and just been a stalwart in goal, just a 757 presence. And he actually played at VB City there for a while too. So it's kind of one of those things is you're seeing these players that played at VB City now, in MPSL coming up to play in the USL too, and it translates really well. For me,
Speaking of which,
oh snap.
smooth transition.
Oh,
Who's
you.
who's your guy? Your guy.
Oh, I did. I was going into it.
Yeah, yeah,
So my guy, Alex Moody, I actually, I didn't want to throw him out there because he's kind of the homer pick. He's kind of the obvious duh, but at the
yeah.
same time, he is the central cog for VBU. He makes everything
Mhm,
go. He is constantly in possession of the ball. He's constantly defending and working back.
mhm,
Um, Sam Phillips was another guy that I was considering just on the wing. Just the amount of times that he showed up in the right places at the right times last season to propel VBU was really significant to me. But then Alex, Alex is Moody on the spot. two
yeah.
years in a row now in the Derby match. At the Sportsplex, he scored the game tying goal to make it 2 to
Mhm.
2, and pull at your heartstrings, as you said earlier.
Oh yeah.
To
Dagger.
kind of, yeah,
Just
right, to make it, to really solidify that this is a rivalry now.
yeah. Oh yeah. And I mean the quintessential number 10. You really
Hmm.
can't ask more of him. I mean he had a guest spot at Wave during their Nisa Cup match last season. He's so good. I mean you could stick him in any midfield and he'll shine. Um, all right, so Virginia Beach City, I have Isaiah Williams. He is a forward out of Kempsville, and then Mary Baldwin University. He's a junior. He's already tallied a goal this season against Alexandria, and they're a 3-2 win. So I definitely think that he's going to get on that score sheet more, give City some much needed attack and goals that they need to go forward. So who do you got there? Because we got
Definitely
like
hoping for Isaiah to get to really kind of push for more moving forward because VB City need it.
yeah,
But they also need stalwart defensively, more stalwart play. So I took Arnold Rutkowskis, Great Bridge grad and current VMI player, Virginia Military. He and the rest of the back line is got to step up. And the city's gone and picked up another couple of homegrown guys, guys like Carson Danner, who also played at Great Bridge,
yep,
who plays left back, right back at Radford. Picking up those kind of guys to genuinely propel that squad back to winning ways, as they've gotten off to a good start already this season,
Hmm.
beating Alexandria. So, and it's going to be interesting to see how they do in the Mid-Atlantic division in the MPSL now, considering the kind of up and downs that they've had the past couple of years.
Yeah, for sure. There's definitely been some, some lows and some highs, and losing some good guys, and so I think he'll bring in some much needed firepower. Getting into the women's teams, we're gonna look again at some of the new players. There, VBU's women's team. I have Sakiko Manabe. She's a midfielder from Tanabe, Japan. Um,
Mhm.
Played her freshman year at Butler Community College in Kansas. Played at community college. All right.
Yeah,
She tallied 4 goals and 15 assists last season, and is making a big move over to University of Central Arkansas. And she's already netted 2 goals for VBU so far this season. Although they did play against Richmond Ivy tonight,
they played
right?
tonight, correct?
And I'm not sure who was on the score sheet for that, but they did win 2-0, I think.
They did win 2-0. Let me look at the score sheet real quick.
Yeah, so Manabe is a 2-time All-American, WPSL SoCal Offensive Player of the Year. So like it's just the accolades build up, and it kind of made me scratch my head like, why is she playing at a community college? Like that's great, like all these accolades, and but
Yeah.
she's here, and hopefully she's going to tear it up for United.
Absolutely. I mean, and it's one of those things too is seeing all of the players come in and seeing all the different places that these women are coming from to play here in Hampton Roads. And I think that is it's a kind of a testament to what VB United has done in such a short time frame. Um, I think that it's going to lend itself to them continuing to be successful moving forward. And that can only be a good thing for us here.
Oh yeah.
Um, Let me see match details. Da, 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 da. There we go. They haven't posted the actual, they haven't posted the stats. So
Yeah.
I know
Usually I rely on like social media graphics because they'll be like they'll have the score sheet usually with names before any website. The website's usually like
the
lag
club
behind.
posted Cheyenne Diaz. So okay, so one of our local girls, Cheyenne Diaz, she's a Virginia Wesleyan player. She got the second goal
Hmm.
in the second half. And she was actually one of the girls that one of the ladies that I was going to consider for my player to watch. Um, Good quality forward, does a really good job of bringing in the ball, holding off defenders, getting forward, making moves, one twos. Fantastic. I've seen her play both at Wesleyan and for VB United now. Um, it just a solid player, and the type of player where you look at it and you just go, yeah, yeah, she got it. And the other player that I was going to highlight for VB United was going to be Sydney Miller, one of our other local players. Played at First Colonial, graduated last year. She and her sister play at the University of Tennessee, and she is back for United in the midfield. She's kind of she plays the eight, if for in essentially it's center attacking mid, but she can also do excuse me, she can also do the dirty work. She is just as lethal with her tackles as she is with finding incisive passes to break defenses down. So she's a fantastic add for United in the midfield, and her success is going to propel United to their own success on the field and on the score sheet.
Yeah. So was she your pick or?
She was.
Okay, cool.
it just so happened we like Cheyenne was the second goal was the goal scorer tonight,
Mm,
and she was gonna like I was picking between the two of them, and it was just like, all right, I'll just talk about both of them
yeah,
real
yeah,
quick.
yeah. Sometimes the players kind of give you the answer for you.
Right.
Um, all right. So last not least, Virginia Atlantic Football Club. I don't know what the official acronym is. VAAFC,
VAFC.
VAFC. I don't know. Either way, yeah. Virginia
Fill
Atlantic.
out your FAFSA.
Yeah, that sounds like a tax form. Um, so I am looking at Jimena Castro Ibanez. She's a
Mhm.
forward from Toledo, Spain, all the way from Spain. Not to, it's spelled like Toledo, Ohio, but it's
Right.
Toledo. Um, so she plays college ball at Daytona State College, freshman season, 5 goals, 3 assists this past season. And so I think that she's definitely going to expand on that skill and start to get on the score sheet. I think they've only played 1 game so far. Um, so hopefully,
Yeah.
they'll start to gel, gain momentum, and yeah, hopefully she'll find her way onto the score sheet for Virginia Atlantic Football Club.
Yeah, and that's going to be a thing for them is obviously they didn't have a great result starting out against VB United. It was kind of it was a Germany Brazil result.
Yeah. And that was
Um
a weird game
and
too. Lots of storm delays and like they were playing well into the night.
in
So
a
it's
four
hard
and a
to
half hour
gauge.
ordeal.
Yeah, it's hard to gauge, but heck of a first derby match, I say.
No, yeah, I mean nothing like a little rain and thunder to kind of kick you off. For me, the most important position for women's side is goalkeeper. That's just the way it is.
Hmm.
If you've got a goalkeeper who can command the box, can command the position, and do what's necessary to keep you in games, then you're going to be more often successful. And I think Haley DeWicki in net is going to be pivotal for VAFC's success moving forward. Now, whether she's going to remain the number one netminder or not is to be seen. We haven't seen a whole lot of the rest of the roster, and from what I've understood, they're still getting more players in for the club because of things that they had to take care of on the administrative side.
Yeah.
So they might have another goalkeeper that's coming in, and she was not the starter from the jump, or she was not planned to be the starter. But, if she is, then it's going to be up to her to make the best of the situation and kind of push opportunities when they come so that it was hard watching the two teams because there were moments that were really good and Virginia Atlantic got their opportunities, but then there were a number of times watching because I was down on the field level. There were a number of times watching, I'm just going, yep, VBU's got it for right now. So it's her doing her duty to even the playing field to level the balance moving forward. That's going to really help them find more success.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Best offense is a good defense, right? And I always say that if a keeper has to uh come into action, then something has already gone wrong. But um, man, like what is it? Strikers win games, keepers win championships.
Kind of, yeah.
So you know, like you have to have it. Yes, especially on the women's side. Like it's just a higher scoring game a lot of times, and so you want to or there's more, chances on goal. You want somebody confident, like you said, to take care of a loose ball, or just no silly mistakes. So you just want somebody to stay locked in.
Hmm.
So yeah, hey, if you're listening, those are the players to watch, deemed by us with our elite ball knowledge, and so we are the foremost authority on local semi-professional soccer, and
That's the scary part is that, like, yes, a lot of what you said was kind of just, tongue in cheek, but you and I are actually the foremost authority on local soccer
oh crap,
in, like, that's not, hello, imposter syndrome. Nice to meet you.
oh, dude, we're
We're
soccer in
it,
our
dude.
areas. We're so cooked, man. Oh my gosh.
Oh, what have we done?
Oh, dude.
What have we done?
I hope someone more professional comes in and takes over for me.
Either
Uh
that or we get a whole bunch of money somehow and we can hire somebody more
yeah.
professional.
Um yeah, somebody
Dun-dun-dun,
invest.
dun-dun-dun.
Yeah, no, if somebody wants to, no, I've got the funniest idea, but we'll get into that when we talk about a certain subject.
Oh,
Anyways, yeah, spoiler, you're not spoiler, cliffhanger. You're gonna have to tune into the future. So listen, if you like what you hear, if you're interested in soccer in our area, listen, I know it's niche, may not appeal to everybody, but if you're in the Hampton Roads area, or if you have some kind of connection, we're a big military town. If you've got connection to our area and you love soccer, click the subscribe button, leave a comment. What teams are you supporting? What are you looking forward to? What would you like to know about soccer in our area? Let me know. If you want to follow me on the socials, at 757FC on pretty much everything. I really only use Twitter and Instagram. So, reach out.
what about that YouTube though?
This is gonna go up on YouTube. So yes, I don't consider it a social media platform. I kind of use it more as just like it's a catalog of video content. Um,
That's fair.
so subscribe to the YouTube. Thank you so much for tuning in, James. What do you have to plug?
My Instagram at 757_soccer_chat. I do not use the X machine because I find it repugnant and weird, and 140 characters is not enough for this mouth. Um, Also, I am on YouTube as well, 757 Soccer Chat there. Um, Maybe TikTok soon,
Hmm.
maybe Substack soon.
Ooh.
So I think that could be fun for this this platform too. If we did a
Hmm.
Substack and we just like wrote articles and stuff and like did our own out of the mouths of fanatics.
That sounds like a lot of work. I don't. I don't know
Okay,
if.
fine. We'll discuss it in post. But yeah, those are my things. So yeah, 757 Soccer Chat on Instagram and YouTube, and we'll see about the rest of this stuff as we figure it out.
Cool. Sounds good. Well, everybody, thanks so much for tuning in. Uh, be sure to check out the match day vlogs. They're coming up soon. Follow us on the socials, and yeah, tune in next time for 757 FC podcast. My name is John,
And I am James.
and we are signing off. See you later, everybody.
Deuces.